Hey, all right. So, quick thought, right? So, I was just in Walmart, and it was another example of where coping skills and healing from trauma can truly make a difference. I paid for something back at the end of the store, at the back end of the store because I was buying some spray paint, and so they needed to bring me out there. So that's fine. I paid for everything there, and on my way out, I realized that there was two items I got that I really didn't need. It was kind of like an impulse buy, and so by the time I got to the service desk, I go and stuff, and she was basically accusing me of, because I was coming to the service desk from the backside of the store, like the actual floor of the store. She was trying to insinuate that like I came in with a receipt from an old thing and just try to get items that matched the return that I was trying to make, even though the receipt was from like 3 minutes before. And so, like, I took a couple deep breaths, and like the old me probably would have been so offended. Because, look, listen, I've gotten myself into enough trouble over the years, and thank God it's been, about 12 years since I had any kind of issues with the law or whatever. But, like, listen, the old me definitely would have been, much more reactive, and part of using coping skills of like grounding and just being more centered in general is, when moments like that come up, I'm able to make myself proud of how I'm dealing with it, because I know how I used to handle it. But also, I was able to take a breath, take a few minutes, a few moments, and then express like, "Hey, ma'am, the way that you said that really made me feel like you were insinuating, that I was trying to do some sort of fraudulent return." And and instead of like being just like the angry asshole that's yelling at a service worker, for which is not who I am at all, and like have stood up for service workers, having been one, like in times where customers are saying things to them that they can't say because they're on the clock. But like, I know that I'll have more respect because of the fact that, like, you know, we can be wronged, right? Like, we can be on the receiving end of something bad, but we have to make sure that we don't be sore winners. You know what I mean? Like, to be in the right, and it does benefit us to make sure that we're monitoring like how we are perceived by others, because that's just, the way to be healthiest is to make sure that we're always doing our best to handle things in the calmest way possible. And I think I did a good job today. That's all.